Hi, Miss Lamia. I'm sorry to bother you today, but I want some explanations regarding about my concerns about the new policy working from home. So I hope you can help and guide me through it.
Hi, Anna. Thanks for meeting me today. I know there's been some discussion about the new remote work and flexible hours policy. So I wanted to personally walk you through it and hear your thoughts.
I appreciate that. To be honest, I've been feeling a bit uncertain about the whole thing.
That's completely normal. Change can feel uncomfortable at first. Let me start by explaining the policy clearly. So under this new policy, employees are allowed to work remotely up to 3 days per week, depending on the nature of their job. On top of that, we are introducing flexible working hours, where you can choose your start time between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., as well as you complete your required working hours.
Okay, that sounds flexible, but I'm a bit worried about how this might affect my performance evaluation. The working from home makes it harder for me to be noticed.
That's a very valid concern, but don't worry, the company is shifting towards a result-based evaluation system. This means your performance will be measured based on your output, quality of work, and meeting deadlines, not physical presence in the office.
I understand, but sometimes being physically present helps with visibility, especially during team discussion.
You're absolutely right. We have taken that into account. That's why teams will still have designated in the office days for collaboration, meetings, and brainstorming sessions. Remote work meant to complement, not replace team interaction.
That makes sense. But what about communication? I'm worried that working remotely might cause misunderstanding or delays.
Good point. To address that, we'll be using structured communication tools like daily check-ins, weekly team meetings, and instant messaging platforms. Managers will also ensure that everyone stays informed and included regardless of where they are working.
Okay, that helps. Another thing I'm concerned about is workload. Sometimes when people work from home, they feel like they have to be always online.
That's an important issue. The company is aware of the risk, and we are encouraging employees to maintain clear work boundaries. Flexible hours don't mean longer hours. They just mean more control of your schedule. Managers will also monitor workloads to prevent burnout.
That's reassuring, but what if someone takes advantages of flexibility and doesn't do the work properly?
That's a fair concern. However, accountability is still a key part of the policy. Employees are expected to meet their responsibilities, and performance issues will be addressed just like before. Flexibility comes with trust, but also responsibility.
I see. Good. What about fairness? Some roles can work remotely more than others. Wouldn't that create dissatisfaction?
You're right. Not all roles have the same level of flexibility, but we aim to ensure transparency and fairness. Managers will clearly explain why certain roles require more physical presence, and we will try to provide other forms of flexibility where possible.
That's good to hear. Oh, right. I also want to ask, what if I personally prefer working in the office most of the time?
That's absolutely fine. Policy is optional and flexible. You're not required to work from home if you feel more productive in the office. The goal is support different working styles.
That makes me feel more comfortable. Another question: how will this affect teamwork and the company culture?
Great question. Maintaining a strong team culture is very important. That's why we will continue organizing in-person team activities, meetings, and engagement programs. Remote work won't replace our culture. It will just add flexibility to how we work.
I like that approach, but what if I face some technical issues while working from home?
No worries, we are prepared for that as well. The company will provide IT support, necessary software, and guidelines to help employees work efficiently from home. If any issues arise, you can contact the IT team for immediate assistance.
That's very helpful. I'm starting to see the benefit now, especially saving time for commuting.
Exactly. Reduced commuting time, better work-life balance, and increased flexibility are some of the main advantages. We want employees to feel more in control of their work and personal life.
I'm glad to hear that. I think my biggest worry was the uncertainty, but your explanation really helped.
I'm glad to hear that, and honestly, your concerns are important. They help us improve how we implement the policy.
Thank you for listening and explained everything very clearly, Miss Lamia.
Of course, and remember, this is a transition. We will continue to gather feedback and make improvements. If you have any concerns in the future, don't hesitate to reach out.
I will. Actually, I'm feeling more confident about this now.
That's great to hear. We are aiming to make this policy beneficial for everyone.
Thank you, Miss Lamia.
You're welcome, Aina. Let's make this work together.
Of course.